think there's a reason it needs to be cornstarch and not baking soda. But the problem is I don't think I bought baby powder, but I don't have any of that either.
No, that's just.
I missed it. What are you doing?
I tried playing with it. It didn't work very well.
What is it you're trying to do? I missed it. What is it you're doing with baking soda?
I was going to try to draw the moon with this electrical probe. I don't know what you'd call it.
Dirt wouldn't do it? Like just dirt? Sand? Something like that? Like soil?
Yeah, but I want it to be super vivid. The one I did before on that video, I used baby powder with my Van de Graaff generator. And I got great craters and stuff like that. But
you know what you could use? I know what you could use. Maybe Walt's computer.
Yeah, I can be sure. I'm putting this thing nowhere near my computer.
No, I wouldn't ever.
Oh no, do that. Don't do that. It's a joke.
Zippy zap. I will never see Zach again.
Or
it'll go quantum. One of the two.
By the way, boys and girls, we are live on YouTube right now with this conversation.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Josh.
Josh is an asshole. Josh is an asshole.
Look at that grin on his face.
Well, to be fair, I did say we were going to go live and that I was going to mute up. So everything beyond that was kind of on you.
Usually after that, there's a musical interlude of some nature and a hi, this is Josh, and these are the people. And
there
hi,
is.
How are you?
Yep.
Usually.
But when people start talking, I figure, fuck it, I'll just let them go. And since they knew I was going to mute up and we were going to start, but then we wanted to carry on a conversation, it'd be rude to just interrupt the conversation with music because then nobody's going to hear the conversation.
That would be rude. Exactly. That would be rude.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
It's Friday.
We are awake. We are awake. All right, there you go. That's all you get.
Here's a message of importance to millions of people who are continually pale and washed out, weak and run down.
For you.
Doctors will tell you that these conditions are often caused by a deficiency of iron. The iron you need to keep you physically fit and mentally alert. Medical studies show that 2 out of 3 women and many, many men lack the daily iron your body requires in a form your body can easily use and put to work. Every dose gives you more than your daily minimum iron requirement.
We are awake. We are awake. We are not alone. We are striving for more.
So if you're not getting the iron your body needs,
we are awake.
if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset,
we are striving for more.
start taking iron today.
Thank God it's Friday.
He likes the way I talk, and I like the way he talks.
Inconceivable!
And a happy Friday to you all. TGIF. You've reached Have No Sphere right here in the Iron Realm Media social media platforms. Yeah, Rockfin, YouTube, DLive, Odyssey, Facebook, all sorts of great places. And we've got a really kick-ass, laid back show for you tonight. You never know what the hell's going to happen. So let's just jump right into it. Let's start off with, well, the man, before he hurts himself, let's let him get this out of the way. You might know him from his little YouTube channel, Good Times for All. We know him as Too Nice for Rice, or The Nomad, or
Haven Johnson.
Maven Johnson is another one, just because you never know what I'm going to fucking play. Let's all welcome Mr. Zachary Zabala. Zach, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Josh. Hey, everybody. I am doing fabulous. The sun came around again, so it was a good day. Yeah, I got this toy from a really cool gentleman I met at Flattoberfest last year named John. And I really don't know too much about it. I'm going to look it up tonight. I'm just trying to think of what I'm going to do with it. I think it's a Tesla wand, something or other, and they use them for like giving electrical impulses through glass. Usually, I'd never see it's plugged in. I don't want to touch it right now. But listen to this thing when I crank it up. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared to touch it. I don't know. Should I do it live here? I'm going to turn it way down.
No, it's like how you test a 9-volt battery with your tongue. I'm just saying, bro, go for it.
But with your whole body?
Oh
no, he's got that look, everybody. Don't do it, Zach. Don't do it.
I don't want to be touching it when I do it.
You got on you have on your trainers, right? Those trainers. This dude, what are you thinking?
It's like an episode of Jackass, but on the internet.
But smart. It's like Jackass, but smart. Ever.
Maybe.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's turned way low. That's a good shot. I definitely don't want to do it well. I'll let Ace McCloud do it when he steps by. I owe him one.
I just can't imagine that thing being therapeutic in any capacity, even with the glass.
It's not usually a carbon tip like this.
No, even with the glass.
Yeah, the glass thing. Okay, in a former life, he's used one before. Bob has, and he said it didn't feel good.
Right. Well, in a former life, I worked at a store that sold a box of little implementations that one could purchase if one was so inclined to, maybe cause pain to a significant other. And it was a whole setup with electric wands made of glass, and you applied them to different areas and
maybe that's
levels of pain. I just never, of course we all opened one to see how they would shock, and it gave you a little smart nip, but that thing looks like that's cattle control. That doesn't look like, a good Saturday night to me.
That's why the 20s were roaring.
I'm looking up a little bit as you're doing it. And
now we understand the Lindsay dance. Okay.
So I'm looking it up in the background while y'all are talking, and this is a little bit different than like the curling irons or the hairbrushes that were ionic wands. This one has an alternative name of the Electro Boom. I know.
Pretty sure that's how Walt
that's
sold
what
it too.
I used to sell, right?
also called the Violet Ray color, and beginner's guide that they tell you make sure you get the shorter nose cones. They're saying not for beginners who know they'll. It's not saying.
The tulip
I'm not quite
blaster.
sure what you use it for, but it's stay away from beginners and this and that. It's.
So maybe it is the next level.
It's the same.
maybe
I
we
think it
just
is next
didn't
layer.
get to that level at our little
Right.
store. We just went with the beginner kit, and nobody ever bought it, so we never got to that. Hey, you got you guys got a cow pride. We never got that crew in our store.
Right.
Like, did they say at the beginning of the whole thing is like, don't touch it, and this old boy is doing it?
Yeah, I'm sure that's the first headline on the book that would have come with it.
Even in the 60s, they had 14 warnings. Do not touch bare carbon tip.
Did it say remove before washing anywhere on it, Zach?
There's some old writing.
Is it English? How old is it?
Is it German?
Is it Sumerian?
There you go.
No, it's English.
Does it speak of the Dogon fish god?
Cable. On number 2, it's an oldie. Look at this. That's an old looking plug.
Right, and they're referring it to as a magical one too. Is Tesla? Is it harmful to humans?
That is definitely pre-ground wires.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of sleepy about it.
That's how you start a podcast. This is pretty electrifying.
If you just ground yourself in the bathtub, Zach, I think you'll be fine.
I mean, it's it's really well made, well crafted, made in Toledo, Ohio. I mean, it's beautiful, nice craftsmanship and all. I don't want to take it apart yet either. I definitely want to see what's inside. I've been taking stuff apart since I was probably 4 or 5
Did it come with
years
different tips? Because that's something
No,
that's
it had
showing.
this one tip on it.
There's different tips, and violet ray wands are alternative medical devices that were popular in the early 1900s. They're based upon a disruptive discharge coil design invented by Tesla. Scientists whose discoveries figured. I'm going to go forward.
Pending BD number 10.
But they were made between 1856 and 1943. Small violet ray sets were expensive, became popular for gout.
Wait, what?
It became popular for cures for asthma and gout. They were banned by the FDA in 1951, claiming that they don't have any therapeutic effect. So
these don't work, so you guys can't have any of them ever. We're gonna ban them completely because they just don't do anything.
It's pretty fucking effective.
It's just you're just gonna waste your money because they don't really do much, so no one can have them.
Edgar Casey, a contemporary of Nikola Tesla, advocated the use of the violet ray in almost 900 of his readings. Original violet ray devices operated under Tesla's original design and were used under Casey's recommendations. The rays, however, have no known useful medical effect, but it says electrical charges ranging between 400 and 500 kilohertz. A set of frequencies that coincidentally human nerves do not feel once it enters the body, passing through just under the range of radio high frequencies. It also emits a small amount of ultraviolet light, hence the violet ray, at the point of the spark. Not from within the glass tube, which also glows purple, but it's doing that anyway. So it's a banned in 1951. So I imagine, I don't think it's legal to even sell them in that. This was quite a gift. This is quite a gift, and I think you're gonna like it more the more you look into it. They also call it the magic wand, Zach. That's what dirty people in the chat, that when Josh turned the show on and I was talking powders, like baby powder and talcum powder, we were talking about disturbances we could make with the coil, because that's what kind of girl I am. Nerdy to the bone. Go ahead. I'll give it back to you, Zach. It wasn't even my time when I jumped in.
I love it when Cammy talks nerdy.
No, one big update though. The 2 little birds are now in the same nest under the porch. Saw them for the first time today.
Oh, is that a?
They would be.
What are we doing?
Bob blasted him the other night with the speakers. It was pretty funny. They did come back. He was like, "Oops, I didn't know." I was like, "Bob, we have baby birds that built a nest right on top of our outdoor speakers. Right on top of the speakers, like directly on the speakers.
I'm curious what music you play to make them birds go away, because you doing like Bob Marley, Two Little Birds, is not gonna do any effect, you know.
I think he probably, knowing my husband, he probably turned it on and blasted a YouTube video because that's what he does.
That's what he does.
But it was just the
like some
nerdy ones, nerdy stuff.
Ooh.
I mean, I married in like kind.
What was the song? I forget now. I haven't listened to Van Halen in a hot minute, but the one he got the drill without the bit and just ran across the board.
Okay.
I think.
Yep. Promise. I tried to do it myself. Actually, if you have any electrical motor put near your pickups, you can make that pretty much happen. It doesn't have to be a drill. I did it with a toothbrush. I did it with a electric clothes shaver. Yeah, it's making a lot of nice little noises with the guitar. I'm trying to find a picture. Here we go. That won't get us banned. I'll show you guys what I was talking about. Again, trying not to get us banned, because when I opened up the Google search, ho, fun.
Well, you looked up Magic Wand?
Give me a second, right? Give me a second, yeah.
You looked up the Tulip Blaster.
Now, come on.
That's a cool desktop, though.
So this is essentially actually the kit we used to sell. And those are all glass blown devices.
Yeah.
Except for the little pad. The pad at the bottom right is like a little stick-on pad you actually stick on to the skin.
What is it used for?
Has one of these. It's
for
old.
fun Saturday nights.
Oh, good times.
Adult stimulation.
I want to know what the big fork is for.
Just different, like, amounts of electricity
do you really?
to the surface.
Not really, not at this moment, but later, maybe later.
That'll be in
Notice how I'm not asking where you used to
show.
work. Did you catch that, Walt, when you started doing that? It's like, I'm not even going to ask him where I worked. I don't want to know.
I've told you guys what I used to do back 10.
You did not.
I did. I used to work
no. My husband's in the chat saying I had one of those. Oh, right. You did. You had one of those. The thing. I'm sorry, you did have the hairbrush one. Never mind. So the one that you had, your ex-girlfriend did not buy at a hairdresser kit. It looks like I'm thinking she bought it at a sex shop. Bob, is that what you're telling me? I'm going to shut up now, Walt. You go back to taking over.
Oh no, this is much more better.
I'm like reading the chat. It's like
we were talking about getting banned. I think we're on the track.
Oh, we're headed that way. We skirt the line often, sir. Often.
I've not even told anybody who I was. Is pretty much
we haven't. Yeah, sorry. Hey, everybody, we have a guest. That's Shannon. Shannon's a buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Miracle Max. Oh, I already put your name in the description.
It's all good.
I didn't use your full name. I just put your name.
It's not like I'm trying to be hidden. People know that I'm in this thing already. Right. I've told friends and family.
Your face is here. You're busted. But yeah, I've known Shannon for over 20 years, and then we kind of, as he said, he got into his family life, had a kid. I moved over here to Franklin, which is like an hour away from where I used to live, and just not running into each other. You know how people life happens. And then suddenly we're
let's just say
over the last few months. Go ahead.
Let's just say Franklin is like an hour away.
Uh-huh.
Like if you're going down that road to get to Franklin, you would not know there was anything living down that road.
Zach can attest to that as well. He's driven these lonesome back roads to get to me. He's the only person in IRM I've actually been able to give a hug to. So I will go to a convention though, damn it. It may be this year.
That is correct. It's changing in October.
This is the year? Okay. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
So like I'm kind of
He'll do it for Martin and not for me. I'm heartbroken.
Oh, see, that is not even fair. I could have seen you the first time. It's all about the inability to travel that I have. We'll talk about that another show. This isn't my trip. This is Shannon.
All right, Shannon.
What were you saying, Shannon? Sorry.
So like, I'm kind of not a scientist. I'm not a extremely intelligent person in this realm, but I'm a fun guy, and I just try to have a good time, and I have a lot of like life experiences that is different than most people. I've been struck by lightning at one time. Walt does not know that. So
what?
Yeah.
Were you on a mountain?
No, I was actually in the shower. I was in the shower, brother.
Oh shit! Damn,
Yeah.
I've heard of that. What was that? Was that? God, that had to be horrible.
It was a flash of a light, and then I didn't know what was happening, and then I was a kid, you know. I was not trying to figure out.
How old were you?
I was like 15, 16.
Because when I was about, say, 10, about 10, maybe 8, something like that, and my brother and sister were like each 3 years and then 3 years younger than me, we all were sitting at my grandma's and lightning hit us. Like came through the window, hit the lamp, and hit everybody in that room. It was nuts. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but that's just crazy. That happened to you and I didn't know, and it happened to me and I bet you didn't know.
Right. It was like a relapse. Like it was like a moment of like I'm seeing the shower, and the next moment I'm not seeing anything, and the next moment I'm seeing the shower again. And
so it reset you.
It reset me. I had speech impediments at that time, and it just went away.
Really? You had it before that, and then afterward you didn't?
Right.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it was an interesting time in my life.
That's crazy. No, that's fucking nuts, Shannon.
So, like, another thing also that came to the place was my mind started moving faster than my mouth. So it made a new speech impediment that I had to slow down talking.
Yeah, I got that one every morning.
Yeah,
sorry.
I got to the point that I was like saying things so fast that people had to tell me to slow down, and then I started like stuttering because I was slowing myself down. It was a interesting time in my life. My mom had to put me through speech impediment classes and stuff, and then that went away, and then I came back and I had it again in a different form.
I knew a girl, and once she got into like middle school, her brain just started working, like you said, way faster than her mouth. But instead of slowing down, she replaced her gaps with the word fuck. No joke.
So basically, like, what's it called?
Tourette's.
But it was controlled Tourette's. She didn't do it in front of teachers and stuff like that. Then she would kind of slow herself down or kind of stutter. But when she was talking amongst just us friends, every other word was like fuck, but it was perfectly coherent if you took the fuck.
You know what she should have did? She should have been a comedian. That'd have been perfect. Because like if you don't know something to say that's funny, just put a fuck in there, you know? Anyway.
Yeah, I'll never forget her, man. She was so smart, but yeah, her brain was just too fast for her mouth. So like she would always insert the word fuck into everything. Everything.
Well, I wanted to hit you with that, Walt, and kind of hit you with like a little left swing. I do a lot of movies. I do a lot of music. I'm kind of driven on just being open-minded to things. And they told me about it a couple of days ago and everything else, and I didn't even react. Like I was like, all right, I can dig this.
Which again is a pleasant, different. I mean, dude, you can see if you. Oh wait, I didn't even give you a link to the YouTube chat, did I? I'll send that to you on the phone here. Damn. So I was gonna say, if you see chat, those people in the chat, dude, everybody in there can tell a story of losing a good friend, close family member, a significant like life partner. We know friends who like help found IML Media. who lost their wife and family because of just questioning where they might be living. What the fuck? That's nuts. Anyway, yeah, so we're always wary to bring it up to someone that's close to us now because, hell, we're gunshot. We've been either personally lost people, as I told you from my buddy Mike Fredericks, or just literally, family, close, tight family, don't speak to you, or at least speak to you differently.
I mean, I was always kind of the black sheep, but I was always, it was kind of a joke. And then when I brought this up, it was just, wow, he's crazy. Like, crazy. And then, after 7 years, I told you, my little brother told my mom, hey, I think you might be right about all this stuff. That was a big one for me,
Well,
but yeah,
people don't have open minds as they say they do. Like, you can say, like, I have a lot of open-minded things, but there's a lot of things that I don't have open mind for, and I'll tell you straight up which one's a which, and everything else, and it's not very PC friendly. And I don't care what I feel, what I do. If I believe it, I believe it. But this is not as crazy as it could be.
We can take you to some crazier levels. Don't worry. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but we won't go too deep. I promise. It's the idea of the people around you just saying, "Okay, I'm open-minded. I can look at things," and then completely just. I mean, it's almost just like the polar opposite is another rampant thing we come across as saying there in this, not just in our families and our friends, but in this community. We have people that there's infighting. There's, this one says whatever, so, he's, whatever, toe tag him, or, stop his channel, or make sure his channel gets strikes, or, this is my research. Whose research? Where's your paper? Did you put a paper out? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of that kind of thing goes on. And unfortunately, it's unnecessary, especially when you come forth with this idea of, hey, I'm open-minded, except when you're starting to get more views than me. What the hell? I don't know. It's pretty nuts. So it's very comforting. It's very cool that you were just willing to not really bat an eye and keep going. And as I said, we have access to an app that a good friend of ours has designed and refined and fucking still to the perfect machine and still making better every day. What's the name of that app, Zach?
It is the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app by Blue Water Bay. Yeah, no joke. He's spending 5 figures a month to run the thing.
And got like a team on any issues and any ideas to make it better. And I mean, dude, it's become more than just it started out as a clock and then moved on from there basically with just information. Yeah, and that's really the key.
He didn't even mean to make an app. He just made it so he could show people that he was talking to, like on the street, on his phone. Right. And everybody kept asking,
"Where can I get that?" I'm trying to show you, right?
Yeah, where do I get that? Where do I get that? So he went ahead and had a team of programmers build it for him and make the app. Yeah.
Because as we were telling you Wednesday, man, as we push this information forward and this research and this question forward and these many questions we have, it has caused the people who control the access to the information out there to kind of have a little sphincter moment, I guess. And they've really hit in the old paranoid tinfoil hat sounding shit, dude. They say it. I can point to a press conference with YouTube, whatever she was, telling the press that we are going to censor 9/11 videos, flat Earth videos, and
other disinformation,
anti-sticky people. And
now they've just started
after that, they
Ministry of Truth. What's going to happen with this Ministry of Truth?
The Ministry of Truth with your buddy Brandon that you such a fan
of. Here's the deal, like, Walt, I just want to point out one thing. It's nothing to do with this. I'm just gonna make a joke. You said sphincter. You're showing your age, brother. I haven't heard that since Wayne's World. What, 1 or 2? Which one? Sphincter says what?
Dude,
Anyway,
I'm an old fucker. You know that.
I'm old too. If I know that joke, then I'm pretty old myself.
But truly, this guy. See, and I know less about it than Zach here is talking about. That we now have a minister, or ministry of truth. She's a ministress. What is she? I don't even know. Fill us in a little more, Zach, because dude, I do not keep up with that shit.
Yeah, I guess because of all the disinformation going around, the United States is taking a page out of 1984. And this is unprecedented here in the U.S. I mean, it's happened before in Russia, happened before in Germany. This was under like Stalin and Hitler. Not the greatest characters to try to be, following, according to history. But yeah, now the United States has got their own ministry of truth, and they're going to tell us what's real and what's fake. And I know over in Russia, you don't do jail time because they have a ministry of truth now as well. But you have to go and apologize to the public official or the celebrity or whoever you're lying about and telling this misinformation about. So it's really, it's I don't know. It's going to be interesting times maybe here. I don't know. This is uncharted waters here in the U.S. with the freedom of speech. This is really an attack on our civil liberties.
I know there's already.
I think it's important that when he says from 1984, that if you read 1984, that's exactly what they called it, was the Ministry of Truth. It's taken exactly from 1984.
Well, that's not what they're not actually calling it the Ministry of Truth. That's not what the new arm of the government that they set up isn't called the Ministry of Truth. I think that was some artistic license taken by somebody.
I don't think so. I think that's what they're calling it.
I don't think so.
Are you positive?
No, I'd say 80%. We can look it up though.
Working on it. Somebody else talk.
Okay. What the hell was I gonna say? I forget. I completely and utterly forget.
It's because I talked over you.
No, it's because I wanted to include that I didn't think that was the actual name.
No, I got it. Disinformation Governance Board.
There we go.
There you go. We don't have a
Ministry of Truth.
There is no Ministry of Truth. The Ministry of Truth confirms. They went straight to the source. Asked her, she said, "What? That's crazy. No Ministry of Truth."
I checked Facebook.
Misinformation Governance Board. You're crazy. You just switch the words around a little bit, and it's the same exact damn thing.
It is. It is. I mean, that's.
We're not going to tell you what the truth is. We're going to tell you what the lies are.
It's not quite like the Homeland Security, right? Where that was taken sort of directly from Hitler's Homeland Security and the protecting Mother Homeland. Yeah, for some reason, I didn't think that was the actual name, but I don't think you could pull that directly from 1984 and get away with it. I mean, even there was a guy that made up that food, the non-food nutrition source. What was it called? What was
Soylent Green?
Soylent, yeah. He made up this weird non-food based nutritional drink called Soylent that everybody could drink and get all your nutrition, and it wasn't going to harm the environment or whatever.
I just want to say real quick, I actually went on your YouTube channel because I haven't got a chat link or anything else. People were saying hi to me, so I just wanted to say hi back to those guys and girls.
Sorry, I'm so relaxed. You got there. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this, man. You know I'm pretty good at computers.
I figured you'd find it. I just was going to send you the link, and we got sidetracked.
It's okay, Walt. It's okay.
Madness that we're delving into. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm reading her little statement here. Let me drop.
Well, even the guy that made Soylent took crap for naming it Soylent because, again, that.
Well, I mean, duh.
Right. That's why.
Well, I mean, taste varies from person to person.
That it does.
I want to die.
Yeah, his jokes will kill.
Yeah. Man, the puns are really fantastically funny.
Shout out Jake and Matt.
Thanks. Look, it's like you were just reading my mind. Just getting ready to shout out Jake and Matt myself.
Oh, and sponsor Daryl Davis. What's up? D.
Big shout out. Big D.
Big, huge, mungus.
Ginormous, huge mungus.
While we're having a kind of lull between things.
Lull. This is fucking
this
it.
This is high show. Don't fuck it up.
Right. We have hit the peak. We peaked like 30 minutes in. Fuck. People think
Did you want me to talk about Doctor Strange or?
Oh, dude, no! I told you if you fuck that up for me, like Zach does every show and movie on the fucking plane. No, you won't. I know you won't. Zach does it just unconsciously. He can't help it. It's his genetic makeup, I've determined at this point. But you go right ahead and see how well you skirt around it, sir.
I'm a skirter, man.
Zach. Josh, what did I say after we got off the call Wednesday? I'm like, dude, I saw the preview and it looks like Sam Raimi is directing the movie now. I didn't know he was directing the fucking movie at all. It just immediately looked like his stuff.
It is his stuff. Like he has a stamp all over that movie.
He can't not. He's the man.
I don't know about that, but
come on. Other than his one little baseball movie, because I'm not a sports ball guy. I think
Spider-Man 3.
He didn't direct Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he did.
Go
look it up.
Don't tell me
what sports ball movie did he do?
What was it called?
I don't know.
Come on, the Sam Raimi sports ball movie. It had J.K. Rowling in it.
J.K. Rowling? Are you talking about fucking Harry Potter?
I mean J.K. Rowling, J.K. Simmons. I'm trying to type and talk. Do you know how hard that is to
do? That's right.
Harry Potter.
For the love of the game.
Voldemort stole third and made it home all the way. Made the infield home run by stealing third. Voldemort was the hero.
If you build it, Voldemort will come. If you build it, Voldemort will come.
If Voldemort will be trans.
For the love of the game. You got a good one. Anyway, that's the only one I wasn't a huge fan of, but it was a good movie. It's just like nobody knows The Gift. Has anyone seen The Gift? No, it's amazing. Anyway, but let's go back to Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. No spoilers. Shut up. Really, truthfully, it's a good movie. The problem is it's kind of a bridge to the rest of the next part of the MCU.
Having to do that, right?
But it's still good. Like it has a middle, it has a start, it has an end, like any other movie.
Do I have to have seen all the recent little?
No.
Disney Plus phone.
I've heard WandaVision is kind of almost a necessity, is what I've heard.
That's kind of what I saw.
That's the only
one.
Really.
Okay, good.
That's really the only one because they kind of do a good job even putting the pieces together on that. Because he does a good job writing and directing. He does when he has the good puzzle pieces to work with. Unfortunately, Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, no, my heart is broken right now.
It's okay. You'll mend,
come
brother.
on.
You'll mend.
Really, Tobey Maguire strolling down the sidewalk. Really, you didn't see Sam Raimi in that? His little dance.
I saw Sam Raimi in that. I don't like that Sam Raimi.
No, that's where I could see Sam, especially in that scene.
No, he is in there. That's a problem. You have Sam Raimi, good or bad.
I just blocked that movie. I don't even remember it, so I don't know what y'all are talking about.
He has Venom.
Yeah.
What's that dude's name from the '70s show? I forget his name.
Chris
Topher.
Topher
Grace.
Oh, Topher. I thought it was Gopher. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Gopher Grace. But he was Venom, and I don't know. They haven't made a good Venom thing other than the cartoon. That was media.
What's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I haven't seen him. Nobody likes those. I don't know. I haven't watched him.
He's a great actor.
Thank you. There's not much Tom Hardy's done that I've not liked. It's
Fury Road.
It's the movie itself.
Right. It's the movie that bad to make him bad.
Yeah,
holy crap!
Yeah, it really
is. That's
there's a moment in this movie, and we're going down a rabbit hole of movies, by the way. But
you already pulled us in. You fucking
go. There's a part of the movie in Venom that is the catch. The moment that is, if you can take this moment, you can take the rest of the movie, and it's that one single moment of a lobster tank. If you have you watch this movie, it's not a spoiler or anything, but there's this crazy fucking moment with a lobster
for the
tank.
first 45 minutes of the movie, I'm going, okay, any minute now, this fucking lobster tank. No,
yeah, but it's nothing to do with the movie itself, but you're just like, what is going on? Like, that's basically it. Like, that's the problem with Venom. And because they go off the rails hardcore majority of the movie, and then that moment happens, and that's the moment you're like, what am I watching?
What am I doing? Right. Okay.
Anyway, going back to Doctor Strange, I will say right now, there's legitimate horror elements in this movie that children will be scared.
Good, they should be. No, I'm kidding. Go.
No, like I would never let my child watch this until she's at least 14 or 15. Like,
parents should be like pre-checking out stuff when they're just trying to chill and loose. Think about all those kids that their parents took them to see the fucking first Jurassic Park. Anyway, go ahead.
It's fucking Disney, dude. Like, you don't see that happening.
Right.
Other than like weird movies like Lion King, which is just really should have never happened and it was terrible. I love Jon Favreau, but he should stay with Mandalorian and Iron Man 1. And Chef and his good stuff.
Dinner for Five is amazing.
I never watched that one. I should check it out.
It was a show he put with a bunch of people talking crap.
Oh yeah. It's on Netflix or whatever, huh?
It's not anymore. You can't find it. There's one episode on the tubes, and other than that, I can't find it.
Yeah, it was decent for what it was.
Well, it was kind of a prelude to a lot of shit that's going on now, and he had it kind of ahead of the time. You could like really see some people come on, like not like lose their shield, their facade, their persona, their mask, and be real. And it got ugly a few times. That's what made it great.
Well, I like him in his like Swingers and all the other movies. Anyway, going back to Doctor Strange, we cannot stay on one subject.
No, that won't happen here. We refuse.
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch did a decent job, as usual. But the really shining star in this movie has to be Scarlet Witch, Olsen girl.
The Uber Olsen,
the one that doesn't look like crack addict, or the other one is the horror one. Actually, the horror one would probably work well in this one. Anyway, it's fantastic. It's a good movie. Just watch yourself with bringing children to it, really, because of that horror aspect of things. I liked it. I mean, it had good humor, like Sam Raimi usually does. It had good acting. The CGI was kind of wonky a little bit, some of the parts, and then some parts were just like.
Well, yeah.
So that's it.
I have to go see it. I doubt it will happen soon because things are hectic, but I will see it.
Away from the movie thing, you guys want to get into another subject, something to rail it into another area?
Absolutely.
Let's do this.
You're here, sir. You are our guide.
All right. Oh, so I'm the guy. Cool. Well, do you want to talk about the light? You forgot already on Wednesday what we talked about?
Dude, if you only understood the topics that come and go, trying to assemble things, what is that again? Tell me once more.
I'll go into it. I'll just dive into it, and you guys can jump in. 16, 17 years old, 15, around that time
Oh,
period.
right. Okay, I was thinking you were on a movie or a show, and I'm like, no, I don't remember that at all. You're talking about real shit now. We're back we're back on the real life. Sorry,
we're in the real life.
You got a signal. You can't just take a fucking turn like that.
I'm sorry, it's my fault. Okay, one thing you gotta know about me, in general, before that time period, I didn't believe anything, period, until I saw it. It was always, that was my thing. It's always been my thing. And it's so hard to really to not have that thing. And that night when I was walking from a Halloween party, we were all kids, we were having a good time and everything else. And suddenly out of nowhere, there was this light that looked kind of almost like a diamond, kind of not, kind of like a, if you will, like the, you know, when you see a painting of an old painting of night stars, they have like that, they kind of like this.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. It was very much like kind of a beam of light that was kind of shaping like that. I know people that are not watching the YouTube are not really able to see this, but
We're only there on video channels. We're not on the radio today.
Okay, cool. Well, I saw that light and it just hang there, and I look around to see if anybody's watching it with me, and no one's really noticing. Everybody's kind of just looking at the candy and everything else that they had in their bag. And I look back at it and sitting there still, and then out of nowhere, just darted upwards. And I'm not talking like a normal dart, like a helicopter or something like that. I'm talking speed that was not able to be seen at that time period. Now, this is like 1993.
Right. That's a repeated motif for me as well, though. Anytime I would see, almost probably 80% of the time, I see something happening like that, an object, a craft, a light, it shoots into the sky. It doesn't go down. It doesn't fade away. It shoots straight up. That's almost like classic UFO, behavior. So go ahead, sorry.
But at the time, like, there was no cameras or anything else that could see that light move as it is. So it's not like I was making this up in my mind. As a young child, I was not aiming to find a UFO. I was not looking to see a UFO. All I saw was a weird light, and that shot up. And then then that Hawaii thing happened that people have video footage of. Did you guys hear about that little number?
I probably saw it, but you'll have to refresh us.
I don't do conspiracy theory too much in my mind because I'm afraid to expand it that far. But I kind of say to myself, if something sounds sound, I will look into it. So they had a Hawaii thing that happened a couple years ago, right before the big COVID strike of everybody having to go in there, and the spaceship was moving so fast that people were wondering what the heck was going on because they were trying to catch up with it. Like technology has got to a point now that it can keep a good eye bead on something, and it just did this, boom, into the ocean, and then it went back up and out of the way, and then, like, it was jumping through the ocean and out of the ocean, and then it just disappeared and never came back. I've never heard of it do that before, and I was kind of interested, and then you know what happened? Information went away.
More classic things that happen quite often. Over the years, I've threw some stories at you probably, or different articles or whatever, because that was all really YouTube. But again, the ocean is the other direction that they tend to go. If they're not going up, they're going in the ocean. They're rarely landing. They're rarely going, I don't know. That just seems to be another classic example. I kind of skimmed and saw the blue light UFO and vaguely remember that in 2019. I'd have to look at the footage. But
what was it?
Go ahead, Tom.
Not Bob Lazar. Who was the other guy who was in the Navy and they had showed him this stuff? He was real famous. He ended up dying mysteriously, I'm pretty sure. But he was like an OG UFO guy.
Okay. Was he in the military?
I'm not sure.
Is he the guy that was at Area 51? Is it the guy, Admiral?
Akbar?
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't. No, he was. If he was in the military, he wasn't like a
Oh, okay.
guy up there.
Was it? Oh, was it Stanton Friedman, the guy we had like a few discussions with about flat before he died?
No, he was. I'm just mutilating this.
I don't know. There's so many of them, dude.
But
I'm
he was
pulling
always
over them
talking
right
about
here.
seeing these ships coming in and out of the water,
Yeah.
and then going straight up.
Well,
Not
Bird
going-
talked about that on his trip chasing the Nazis to the Arctic Circle. He talked about seeing aquatic type craft coming and going in the ocean in his epic diary that no one can confirm he wrote.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'd like to see some pictures of the actual vessels when they came back. They said they were just decimated. You know,
Well, I mean, you know, in part of what we
it's a
talk
story.
about in some of the uncovering of what our world could be and some of the evidence we've seen, I say the evidence we've seen, it's video footage, but there's also footage, stories that have been passed down from people who started out actually looking at trying to get up into the world, up into the atmosphere as high as they could possibly go. And then he changed once he got as high as he could. And this was, when did he do his balloon stuff?
I think it was in the. No, I think it was later than that, wasn't it?
Was it later 30s? It was early. It was early weird footage, black and white stuff. Anyway, so, and my brain is broken right now because I'm trying to find the year. What's his fucking name? The French guy. Come on, y'all, help me. I'm struggling here with the name.
Auguste Picard?
Picard, yes, Picard. So he's a French guy who is studying the atmosphere, and he creates this like bathysphere pressurized ball, ties his balloons to it and heads up. And he goes as high as anyone's ever been. And what did he describe when he looked down? The Earth looked like a disc with upturned edges. Is what he saw. And from that, he immediately, and apparently what he saw as he went up in the world up there, the atmosphere, what he thought would be space, more or whatever, was nothing like he thought either. And immediately after that, he started trying to figure out the depths of the ocean. And then his son carried on that legacy and went deeper than anyone has ever gone. And then there's some footage out there of this rocket that was the highest, fastest rocket back in like 2015, 2016, this Go Fast rocket. And it goes up and it goes up and it's kind of doing this spinning thing really fast. During which spin, we see the sun and the moon both in the footage. And at the time, if you look at the sun and moon date, the moon would have been on the other side of the planet. So it couldn't have been seen in this footage, but yet both are seen in this footage. And suddenly the rocket just kind of makes this little like group sound and slows down like it hits like this liquid, jelly, weird phase of water. Anyway, long story short, possibly space could be a liquid form of a liquid up there. We don't know. This is all very speculative, and I've completely lost train of thought on why I'm taking you to the water space. There was a reason. Movie reference. Damn it, I'm gone. It's gone. Nope. It'll come back.
He did it in 1931.
Oh, the UFOs. It was the UFOs in the water. That was it. So yeah, the things that are up there could be very much related to the things that are down there. You know, the life forms that we don't know about that we suddenly discover could very much be what we're seeing happen over the sky, in the sky above us.
Here's a question. Like, okay, I'm gonna start diving deep in this. I'm gonna ask the questions now because that's what I do.
Let's go.
So what is the purpose of them keeping the blanket on our head? Like, what is the reasons? Give me the reasons why. I want to know the reasons why.
Can I play?
Yep.
There are multiple reasons you can go into control. One of the biggest reasons I would have to say is it's a way to hide God. If you take it, if you look and even see what the Catholic Catholic means. It means universal, right? I think the Catholics did succeed. The Jesuits went through and convinced every religion that they were on a spinning ball. And what happens is you have, in fact, I'm aware of somebody that committed suicide over this, somebody that grew up Orthodox Jewish and could not reconcile, who had Asperger's and could not reconcile what they were teaching him with school, with his religion and the thoughts of that. So in a nutshell, first of all, they can really create a worldwide religion that everybody is following, that in the back of your mind, no matter what your religion and what it is that the model of religion doesn't work logically. If you were to read the books, all of the religions describe a flat, stationary earth and the idea of a creator, and that we were created special for him. And if as soon as you take the universal model into it, all of a sudden we are insignificant, worthless pieces of dust, that it doesn't matter that we're here, there's no purpose, we came from monkeys, and we'll dissolve into dirt, and there's nothing significant. And again, to intellectually try to reconcile the universal God or the universal model with religion, you'll start to again see the flaws in the discourses. And so right there is the starting point. It introduces a place of power that all of a sudden we're starting out deceived in a world that we're lied to, that we're nothing significant, and our decisions really don't matter. And I think that's a good start.
You got to remember, all of these great discoveries came from the church. All of these, the most advanced telescopes on Earth, out of like 11 of them, the church owns 8 or 9 of them.
One of which is named Lucifer.
Yeah, one was named Lucifer.
Just saying.
The Vatican is one of the biggest ones. By the Vatican, again, the entire heliocentric model was introduced by the Jesuits and by the Catholic Church, which happens to be the universal church. So to me, when they created a universal religion, they were creating a universal religion for everybody, that it didn't matter what religion it was easier than to get control. It was easier than to try to convert them to your religion. We'll put everybody on this other religion. That
scientism.
Right, scientism. We'll introduce scientism to everybody. Nobody can disagree with it. We'll say it can run alongside their personal religions, but again, it will introduce doubt and with evolution, and that completely destroy it in the background, make it so it's illogical and stupid.
Okay, and who's controlling it?
And well, that's a huge question, and that kind of goes back to the why to me. But what I was about to say is, while I did grow up in the church, my grandfather was literally a Baptist preacher. We've probably talked about this over the years. And then I moved away from all that as a teenager when I really saw the hypocritical actions, dressed up fancy and smile on Sunday, and then, beat your wife Monday. So I just couldn't see any truth in what I was seeing, and the questions I had for these people were just like the questions I had from my teachers. They didn't want to hear questions. They wanted me to repeat what was in that fucking book and shut up. And I wasn't going to do that, so I moved on. Anyway, so even though I did grow up in that, really religious type thing, I quickly moved to science and unwittingly fell right into another religion, And I mean, my plan, as before on here on the show as well, watched the first moon landing, 2 years old, and my mom is on, takes me out, shows me that's where those men on TV are. I'm going there. And that's what I worked on in school. Those were classes I took, those questions I had, and the questions were never answered. The questions were always, look at the book and shut up. And that's, part of this as well is they don't want people questioning any of this, not just the shape of the earth, but who is it that's got the secrets, and who is it that really has true power and wealth, and not just fiat currency that is fucking paper they print up at their whim. It means absolutely nothing. And not about how your health really is supposed to work in relation to this place we live, or how you're supposed to really function as a human being here in connection to Earth and nature, and not being a fucking square box on an electronic device. Hello, TV, I mean internet, and staying looking at these screens. It's all part of that. And if they can control the biggest question, where you are, if they can fuck that up in your head and keep you confused and doubting that, then the rest of that is pretty easy. Then, you know, you have no ground to stand on, because guess what? It's moving. It's flying through space with impossible fucking speed. You're somehow clinging to it. There's some miracle of chance that can be wiped out at any second. An asteroid or a fucking virus or a fucking push of a button, and it's all fear-based. And that's really what it all comes back to, is to keep you in a fear-based place. And dude, you should know, how many times have we talked about those deep, dark nights, brother? You know this. That fear-based place, and keep you trapped there so that you don't even want to question your daily existence, let alone these type of deep, deep questions that shake apart your very foundations of reality. So I know I rambled a bit there, and I'll shut up. But yeah, who it is?
No, that was perfect, Walt.
There's a lot of folks, bro. There's a lot of folks involved, and it's compartmentalized. And as just as many people as you know in your personal life that are 1,000 different personalities in one person, let alone in all those people, think about a group of folks that have had this power for centuries, have kept things occulted, which is what a cult means, hidden, not some boogery movie. And this apocalypse that we're going through right now, which is another word they've really fucked the meaning of, this revelation we're all going through, is really part of why things have gotten so crazy lately. Why there's a bumbling fucking idiot who can't even put sentences together on people's t-shirts, as you mentioned just the other day. And again, I'm rambling. Go ahead, Zach. You had something to say. I'll shut up, dude. You got me on fire. You got me on fire.
We have a good one in the chat. Go ahead, Zach. And
Albert Pike's Moral and Dogmas. Now, he wrote this a long time ago, and this used to be handed out to every Freemason, I think, when they hit the 14th degree. And he was a 32nd degree Freemason, the head of the Scottish Rite, I believe. But he writes, fictions are necessary for the people, and the truth becomes deadly to those who are not strong enough to contemplate it in all its brilliance. In fact, there be in common between the vile multitude and sublime wisdom. The truth must be kept secret, and the masses need a teaching proportioned to their imperfect reason. So they look at us like cattle almost.
Which goes along perfectly. Zach from BCB in the chat wrote, my simplest answer is power. They do it because they know the power we all have. They want to control that power, so they dumb us down. Who is doing it? I can't answer, but there are many roads. And Zach, again, from Morals and Dogma, they don't believe we deserve to know. Again, I think we're seen more like bastards, cattle.
So, okay, I'm a movie guy, and
right, go ahead.
Right, and I like using analogies and ideas that movies have made over the time, because writers and thought-provoking people have put pieces together in between movies that are in line with you. We talked about the little thing that
going, dude. But just one of our dogmas here, one of our fucking mantras is lies in the news, truth in movies. Dude, that's what it's all about. Go ahead.
Two things. I said it yesterday, Wednesday, whenever we had a little discussion
you
about.
You hit it on the head. Go.
This is the Truman Show, basically.
Yes, sir. You did it.
And then the other thing is, the other movie that while you were talking and she was talking and everybody else was talking, I came to a conclusion. There's another movie to talk about in this one. It's called Men in Black, which is straight up a comedy. But there's a point where Tommy Lee Jones is talking about fear-mongering and human beings, and they're fearful and they're eradicate and they're crazy.
Dude, in that very speech you're talking about, he says 1,000 years ago people knew the earth was flat.
Yep.
10 minutes ago you knew you were alone in the universe. Fucking
right,
brother.
exactly.
That's one of our go-tos. You're on board. Oh, I mean, you're already on there and you didn't know it yet.
So like I kind of understand that you guys have something here. I have to do my research, and I have to sit down and
Dude,
learn things.
I would hope you wouldn't just come on here and go, oh yeah, you guys are completely right, and move on. Lord, I hope that's what you do is go forward and look
You know
deeper.
damn well,
And
Walt, I wouldn't do that.
any question you have, bring it to me. But the problem with doing the research on your own, Shannon, these days, truly, and again, it sounds tinfoil hat, but dude, you are not going to find it. You're going to find Terrarium and dickhead science dude because he's got cute little videos of balloons, so he's got views. And you're going to find dudes with beards that makes them look smart, and they're fucking idiots. The shit they ramble on about means nothing. It's scientific shit repeated ad nauseum. Oh, here's a big spinning record disc. Did anybody say anything about this big spinning record disc, you idiot fuck? Sorry, I get a little irate because I did that very thing. I scientifically approached this. I went out and made my own observations, as I told you out there at Burns Point. I questioned this with very intelligent people, scores more intelligent than I am. The people that are in this community, they're so brilliant. They have come up with so many amazing ideas and revelations about this place. So definitely ask away, and I'm seriously going to get a copy of this out over to you so that you can find correct information, correct video sources, correct books. I have a couple, 3 here. I'll let you borrow. Hell, I can bring them to you when I come meet up with you this weekend if I can dig them up. So definitely, dude, do your research. I know I sent you a link just the other day for Stop But Think site, but there's so many great sites out there. So many.
I want to tell you something that's pretty funny. Keep going back to chat just to see what's going on and everything else, and I have to go to YouTube and search this the name of the website and everything else. It does not make me go automatically there. It just it literally I have to type it all out.
Yeah, used to if you got iron in, you would come up with our name. Or IRO, and sometimes it would pop right on up. But like I test that a lot when I go to a friend's house that's new and hasn't really dug in. And I know their computer has a search flat earth, a search our site. And I'll literally, as you say, have to type iron, realm, maybe fully out to get it to pop up. There's no autofill. That's because we're so popular. No, truly, do. We have epic people that hang out with us that constantly watch our stuff and constantly share our stuff. We should definitely be in more of the search engines than we are. All of us should. Hell, type in Bob, type in Glowbusters, type in Jaron, type in any of it. It's quite a few layers of bullshit to get through to real people.
Glowbusters has got a really good 24/7 channel.
Absolutely. That's a brilliant one, Candy. Yes. Great stuff there. 24/7, literally.
24/7, best of the best. Some of the best proof videos from all of the best that will label each video at the top and what channel it's from. And so it's a good way in the background just to put it on and get an idea of some of the things that we're looking at and, jump out places. But yeah, Glowbusters 24/7, like for the better CNN thumbnail, and definitely ran out of our house too.
Yep.
I'm trying to find. I know there's
Sorry,
a
I
part
was
in
muted and
Morals
typing in
and
chat. Oops. And now I'm talking over Zach. Go, Zach. Go.
I know there's a part in Morals and Dogma where Albert Pike, and you got to realize he was in the know. I mean, he was sending out expeditions to go and find certain landmarks that they knew were there. They knew Pike's Peak was there before they found it. They were searching for it. And that was named after his brother, I believe. Wasn't it, Cammie?
It was not his brother, but a cousin, Zebulon Pike, but a cousin. But they were definitely, if you do the Pike's Expedition, I read that probably 20 years ago. And again, they were on looking for different, again, they call it exploring and looking for the peak, but the entire mission was looking for that specific area and peak. And it's really enlightening reading the diaries. It's all out there. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I know there's a part. See, this is a video of it. I want to actually read it out of like the book, because people could be holding up. I just don't. If I don't like, I'm just like you, man. If I don't see it with my own eyes, I'm not gonna say it's real. But supposedly, there's a part in Morals and Dogma where they say, yeah, as far as we know it, the world is flat and stationary, as best we can tell. So all this stuff about the Greeks thousands of years ago, and Eratosthenes and Pythagoras, and name and go through. You can go through all the names. Galileo, Tycho Brahe, Copernicus, all these different people who added on. And according to Albert Pike, writing for this occulted secret knowledge for higher ranked individuals of a secret society, they tell you, yeah, as far as we know, the Earth is really flat and stationary.
NASA's own documentation. We have copies of it. All of us have a copy of it on our computer. I guarantee you. NASA, their own documentation states that the Earth is
We have a
flat
poster
and
board around here with them all printed out somewhere. I don't know. Yeah.
Hell, I could say it Wednesday, dude. Up until the 50s, that was what was taught. That's what was taught. It was only the 50s when all that shit came about. And back when all Mr. Stickman had a well and apparently a cell phone back in the day, and he figured out the Earth was a ball. Well, okay, except when he did all that, his ass was locked in his house by the church, who condemned his fucking teachings and his idea and his theory for 300 years before it ever got pushed forth by, who was it again? The church? It's a clown show, bro. It's a clown show.
Would you call it a three-ring circus?
I would call it that.
I like that.
You got the reference.
Yes, sir.
I can't find it, Cammy. I don't
but
see it.
But yeah, going to movies for the truth has been a constant in this also. I mean, dude, we knew that. Most of us knew that in books and movies, that's where the real truth is hidden, and what they're giving us on that talking head.
Cartoons.
A bunch of fucking cartoon bullshit. Oh, and on real cartoons, yeah.
Yeah, Disney cartoons. You can go back and watch the old DuckTales. When Scrooge McDuck is getting his eyes tested at the doctor, the eye chart spells out "Ask about Illuminati."
Yes, it does. Hell, their logo has a flat Earth mouth behind the logo.
There's comic books that use the smartest minds as the word Illuminati as their group of people.
Yeah, the enlightened ones.
The enlightened ones, yes, worshiping he who bears the light.
But you want to hear something like that? The idea the Illuminati never was perfect either. They usually were the ones that were kind of like orchestrating the puppeteering and putting the pieces together to try to keep people from knowing the truth.
There's like a capital I and a lowercase I. Illuminati. There was an actual society formed, and they went by the name Illuminati. And I don't know that they were necessarily as powerful as they say. It just works well as a nice catch-all term.
Yeah,
it's not like they.
Well, it's a good distraction to keep people going, oh, look what I found. I mean, think about what you get if you go look up Flat Earth. It's going to auto-complete society, and think of the clusterfuck there. Dude, don't ever go to the Flat Earth Society website for any information regarding anything we're talking about. Because no one in this chat, group, show, community thinks we're on a fucking flying disc that's going up at whatever point, whatever, to keep up gravity and all this mad bullshit that site puts forth to make people go, what? These dudes are nuts, and move back to the ball. Sorry, I ran it there, Josh. Go ahead.
9.8 meters per second.
Like, you guys ever played frisbee golf?
No, but dude, I get the idea.
Every weekend in Shreveport growing up, I certainly did. What did you say, Josh? I stepped all over your joke.
I said no, but I get the idea.
he gets a joke of when I said that. So, all right. So there's no way we know who's controlling and puppeteering the whole situation, but we do know it has something to do with the church. It has something to do with things that have been going on for a very long time.
A long fucking time. And that's another new thing that's kind of become a hot topic is history. We kind of mentioned that on Wednesday too, that the hidden history has become a huge thing that has been uncovered a lot lately. Go ahead.
Sorry. Somebody just messaged me, my wife. So I believe you guys have something here, and I would love Walt to send his information to me to do some more research and understand what's going on.
And I said I would, for sure I will, man. Absolutely.
I'm a Tool fan.
I'm gonna connect you with
so he knows I'm a Tool fan, and
I do.
And
I used to be.
He used to be.
Yeah.
But there's a point where one of the songs.
I still listen to them occasionally. I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead.
There's a song in Anima that he says. I think it's the name of the album. He says, "Question authority." It's like it's what's his name? Bill Hicks.
Oh yeah, fucking A. Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Yeah, Alex Jones. Like, oh my god.
Bill Hicks, man.
Alex Jones. It hurts us.
It hurts everybody. Anyway, but yeah, I was being dumb. But dude, yeah, the things he says in those little intro to what is it, third
eye open.
Crying open my third eye, yeah. Crying open my that intro is one of my favorite things ever. That commentary about today a young man unless he discovered nature. Anyway, you know the quote. I'm not even going through it.
Yeah.
I can't remember it all. Dude, I have his fucking words tattooed on my body. I kind of dug Bill Hicks.
Yeah, Bill Hicks is pretty cool.
It's just a ride.
I miss comedy. I miss that intelligence.
You mean comedy that didn't have to be apologized for after the fucking set?
Or get punched in the face for it?
Well, yeah, but that's a whole different thing. But I mean, dude, even years back before the current bullshit, it was ridiculous when.
Yeah, it was.
When it started happening, I used to know who the first one was. Now I can't remember. But yeah,
I'm a George Carlin fan.
Absolutely, he knew. He knew it's a big club and you're not in it.
Right. Did you ever see he was on Carlson? I think it's like an old school like talk show. He did a stand-up comedy of it all, and he talked about Nam and what's his name, Muhammad Ali. It was all over Reddit at one time, but it was hilarious. But at the same time, you can see where George Carlin was becoming the entity that he was before he became an older man. I didn't know how they didn't censor him because he was saying some shit that like Muhammad Ali would beat the hell out of him with. But he's basically like he said. I think the line was, he won't fight in Vietnam, but that's his line. He'll beat him up, but he won't kill him. Like,
right.
So that, in my eyes, I think the most intelligent people are the comedians. I really think so. I think so.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I mean, you have to be able to make the observations and be able to put those points across in a way that makes you laugh. That shock of sudden laughter is when they got you in that state where they can slip that truth in right behind.
But I think there was a line.
Like MK Ultra.
I think there was a line that somebody said one time that if the clowns are making more sense than the politicians, then we are in trouble. And that this has something to do with what you guys are saying because I'm a humorous person. I try to be. Some people say I'm not. Some people say I am. It don't matter. But I try to be funny. But the idea of it is that if you don't use your brain on both sides and all sides, then you're not thinking straight. You gotta think straight, man. Like you gotta know where the line is, where the joke is, and where the line is, where the intelligence is. what Walt said is like you slipped that comedy, that truth in there right after, and people weren't laughing. Like you can hear it in the Carson's Place. These are like, this is not like what you call that, a sitcom where they grab the laughter and then they put it in the thing and it sounds like you should be laughing at that moment, so you start laughing because laughing is contagious.
Oh, I hate canned laughter. Dude, think about those sets that are out there you see where Hicks loses it. He goes ballistic on an audience.
Oh yeah.
You know, get her out, get that C word out of here, you know, because, I mean, it's not, it's hard to get that out there sometimes without it becoming a personal thing.
Right.
Touching that real nerve, obviously, with him. Hell, there's like one of the early Pryor albums.
Oh yeah.
Where he is like in a club and he's almost bombing, dude. It's an album. They put it out, and yet he's like right at the edge. It's like, dude, it's one of the first or second albums. And he's right at the edge of bombing, and he is talking like deep, crazy truths, like way deep, like scary truths. And it's like, oh, it's too much. The audience is not there. They can't follow him there. And that's the same thing with Hicks sometimes. It got too true. You know, he didn't get the jokes in quick enough to do the 1-2 punch, and the audience reacts badly, and then they react badly.
You know who's my boy right now? Ricky Gervais. That's my boy right now.
Yeah, he said some shit not long ago that we were all kind of stunned by about Hollywood and what goes on there.
Oh yeah, like when he did the Golden Globes, I was just like, he's like fucking gun in a barrel, like just hitting every single thing. And I was just laughing hysterically because it's like, it reminded me of old school comedy. He didn't care about anybody's feelings. He didn't care about the celebrities' feelings. Get your little reward, come up here, do your little speech, and get the fuck out of here. He said that straight up. Everybody was just like, their mouth was dropped, and I'm just like, you can't be that real. You can't.
Yeah, we don't need to hear about your political stance and this, and didn't he even say something like that? Yeah.
He said you live in a world right now that your political stance isn't anywhere near a real person. So go get your reward. You get off the fucking stage. I was just like, this my boy. I'm so tired of people not having feelings. And Ricky Gervais actually made a comment about the Will Smith thing and everything else. So I'm going to get off that subject before it even starts. But Ricky Gervais said I would actually talk about her boyfriend instead. And I was just like, God damn.
Well, dude, I think that's what Chris was about. I don't know.
He was. I'm almost positive.
That's what he was about to say. You need to tell her to keep somebody's dick.
Well, they recently started their open marriage, and so apparently she's unstoppable, and he just decided, okay, our marriage is going to be open, I guess.
I think she's like the Joker when she said you're an immovable object and I'm an unstoppable force, and she's just brutal, man. Like Scientology is hell of a thing, man. Hell of a thing.
Like MK Ultra, pretty much.
Oh yeah. Like, all these made up scientific things that they came up with on a fucking stick that they said, you know what? The only way you can beat our club is have a lot of goddamn money.
Yep. And you got to give us a lot of it.
A lot of your money. But hey, you can look at your fucking emotions by color. That's awesome. Let's do that.
So you remember that? What was that movie? Eddie Murphy was in it, and it was about they had Mindhead. Steve Martin was in it. He was like a director.
Bowfinger.
Bowfinger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that was definitely a slam on Scientology.
Little jabs. All you can do is little jabs. If you do a bigger jab with Scientology, they come at you.
Yeah. They don't mess around.
We drove by, or I say drove as close as we could by. You could see it up on the mountain ridge edge. It was this huge parcel of land they own out there in Oregon. It's like a huge, just compound, huge mansion, huge. Like, yeah, they got the money, buddy. Woo, they got the money.
And did you see from a distance Tom Cruise on the couch jumping up and down saying he
I
loves her?
did not see that day. Not that.
Oh my God, I love life. Okay.
You can't write this shit.
That movie that Jim Carrey did. Yeah.
Truman Show?
Truman Show.
The thing I referenced?
Yep. So if somebody were to come along and ask you what the one reason was for them doing that to Truman, could you come up with just one? I mean, once you start to dig down and think of all the possible reasons, right? From television and money and producers and voyeurism and ratings, and somebody says, but why would they do that? Why would they put them in a false world and make them believe things that weren't true? What's the reason? You're like, well, fuck. I can name off 25 reasons just off the top of my head why they might, but there's no possible way to really know why it is they're choosing to lie to us. When you look at
money,
money on some level, if you're a middle manager, you want the money. The middle management loves the money. Fuck yeah. People at the top, they don't give a fuck about money. Federal Reserve notes? Fuck, what the fuck do they need a Federal Reserve note for? They don't give a shit.
The money. They don't care. Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about money. So on some levels, it's about money, sure. Yep, definitely. Power? Yeah, sure. You get the power of lying to somebody, of being the puppeteer, of pulling the strings and watching them dance. Yeah, I mean, there's power there.
It's like Monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
All the money is being given, and you're selling land and people and everything else, and you're trying to make a family, and it's a good time. No alcohol required.
NASA alone, $63 million a day.
Every day.
Every NASA.
Fucking day.
$63 million of tax dollars. This isn't donated. This isn't.
And we're going back to the moon in 24. I mean, not 27. I mean, no. 29, 24, 20, 30. 2030, we're going back to, probably 20.
As soon as we figure out the technology.
But we got to get that technology
go there.
Back up.
And then then we can put a fucking billionaire into space and hope to God that the
not only fails. A billionaire, but his car. Don't forget his car's out there, Shannon.
Oh no. I'm talking about two of them. Both of those billionaires, trillionaires, whatever you want to consider them.
So start looking at some of the other things that these people are putting out there, and some of the other lies that they're telling you, and what are the sort of overall repercussions of things like organized religion, right? Just defer everything to somebody else for your relationship with God. We'll tell you what sort of relationship to have with this third party. That's our job here. So tithe, and we will tell you about your personal relationship and how to have it. Right? It's all about stealing that personal relationship, that power you have that comes with being right next to God. God created us. A creator created us. Whether you want to talk about a big G like a Christian God or just some overall creator, put the wheels into motion that created this perfect place for us in a very unique species amongst billions of species are humans. Bloop. And we just happen to be able to live harmoniously within nature when some of us are given the opportunity. The trouble is there's this part of whether it's humanity or something that was introduced into humanity, whether on a genetic level or somehow the thought process changed from living in harmony to living with power and control.
Dominion.
With dominion. That's right. We shall have dominion over other men. We now have the right to decide over everybody. We've decided we're going to be an intermediary between God and the rest of man. And men will just be cattle. We'll do with them whatever we want. School, don't think for yourself. Surrender your own individual thought processes. And rather than teaching you how to develop thought processes, we're going to give you ours. And we only want you to think about the things that we teach you, and only in such a way as we want you to think about them. So we're going to steal the sovereignty of your mind. We're going to steal the sovereignty of your spirit. We're going to steal the sovereignty of your soul. We're going to keep stealing people's sovereignty, even if it's in this dupe of, you're on a ball, right? Right? You live on a ball and you can't really go anywhere because we're in space, right? That's a ball. You'll just go in circles because you can't go nowhere, right? Because it's space and you're stuck here. Oh, well, some people can go, but not you. And it's just this idea of, well, now they're going to run in circles. Now the rat's in a fucking maze and they're just on a wheel and they're just going to, these dumbasses don't have a fucking clue. And it gives them that power, that duper's delight that says, yep, they think what I fucking want them to think. They eat what I fucking want them to eat. And they play when I want them to play. And they have all the power and they have all the dominion because they've stolen it from us through the religion, through the schools, through the politics, through the law, through all these sorts of different aspects that they've come at us and told us these lies. That's how they've done it. Why? Because we have power. Why did they lie to us about the shape of the earth? Because we have power. And if we could get it all back, I bet you would be fucking amazed at how much there was. Like fucking Super Saiyan power. But they've stripped away, layer by layer, bit by bit, this sovereignty, our power, our individual fucking rights. And they've stripped them. And we're left looking and begging for government handouts. Where's that nanny state? How should we think? How should we feel? I don't know. Fuck, I gotta go to work in the morning. Who won sports ball? Fuck, my life sucks. But if my team wins, then I'll feel good about myself. Like I did something. That's cool. Pass me a beer. Fuck it. And they'll just keep us on in this maze. Stealing our sovereignty, siphoning our power. They're vampires. Like they said in chat, polyticks. They're just mini little blood-sucking parasites. Feeding
despite
off of
all my
us.
rage, despite all my rage,
Fuck
I'm still
yeah,
right in the
brother.
cage.
Still a rat in a motherfucking cage. Yes, sir.
That was epic, by the way. I love it.
Dude, Josh's rants are on next level.
I don't know what to say now.
Well, I'll give you a break while you're thinking about it. I have two off-topic things that mean nothing before I shout out. First of all, Zach, are you there? Zach Zabala?
He's either there or he's not.
Yeah, I have a little friend. I have a little spider. I don't know if he's hanging on my shirt. Oh, he's going up.
Boris, I see him.
Did you see him?
He's tiny. I see him. Yeah, right there.
Ooh, he's crawling on my
he's
arm.
on your hair.
Oh, Tickle is kind of a big little bitty spider.
I don't know what he's hanging from. He's like
electromagnetic frequency.
Yeah,
remember they levitate.
He's like sticking straight out sideways.
He's like
It's
Toby
right
Maguire.
now. Yeah, our electrostatics are very high right now with the storm levels.
Dude, well, you saw the plants standing on end out there. I'm sure he's surfing the waves going, what? This is awesome.
That's what I want to do. Zach, I found a cookie in the refrigerator. Is that yours or is that mine?
No, that's yours.
So I get to ride the wave. Thank you, Chicken. Chicken just joined into chat, and I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to be rude, so I wanted to say that. And then the other thing you might know is that I do have a little dog up here. He went in up on the upstairs because he went out through the downstairs. So we try to keep track of the dogs. The other thing is shout out to Karen B, who's at a Steftone concert right now. Oh, Deftone for her Steftone, but
that's what's up.
That is awesome.
And so I
Is she
just
going
wanted
to
to
get
do
to
it.
go? Are they going to get to go backstage?
I think they will. They spent, he got into town yesterday afternoon and said they were out last night and she got to meet the band and everybody last night. So they really, because it was an off night for the band and they're in Nashville tomorrow night. So there is no, I mean, after they leave tonight and everything, they have to hit Nashville for tomorrow. So last night was the night off for the band and they did a lot of the getting together there, but she was looking forward to going to the concert. And I do believe she might be going backstage or that, I'm sure.
Oh, that's
She's
epic.
so excited.
So a good
excited,
friend
so
of our
much fun.
community, an epic content maker, a beautiful soul, sister of a Sasquatch. So, I can't even talk.
Easy for you
my
to say.
Squatch sis, it is not. Karen D is just a powerhouse warrior, man. She's epic. And she managed to, okay, so over the years, a few artists, like a few music artists, a few sports people have come out and said, yeah, the Earth's fucking flat, period. And one of those, believe it or not, guitar player for the Deftones, Stephen himself.
Stephen Carpenter.
Karen, Stephen, yeah. Is it Stephen? Stephen?
He calls him Stephen, so I'm going to go with her. I'm not cool at all.
He actually sat down with our friend Karen, and it was an amazing little talk. And now she's there and going to get to hang out. That's amazing. Oh, that's epic.
So yeah, a lot of happiness for us. We do have in our community, we get drama going from time to time, and it seems like whenever we put out new events or just finish a new event and everything gets rolling, people decide to go in attack mode on Facebook and things like that, and a lot of drama. So she was able to step away from Facebook and the different drama and have a great time tonight. So happy for her. And I think everybody needs to do that, to step away from the drama sometimes and just go out and have a blast. Shannon, have you figured out now what else to talk about? So what was your initial reaction when you heard Walt was a flat earther? I'm going to start asking questions now because we're jumped around so much. I'm going to focus and direct you a little bit. What was your initial response? You'd heard about flat earthers before, so it wasn't a new concept.
He actually broke, I have to say this, he actually broke my brain a tiny bit because he immediately said, so we're living in the Truman Show. I mean, that's what he fucking said. I'm like, this dude,
well
look
done.
at you go.
But had you heard about flat earth before, or was Walt the first introduction? Have you heard about it like on groups or?
Here's the deal. Like Walt never opened me up on it back in the day or now or any time.
Well, back in the day, it was not anything I knew about it. I was just flying through space with the rest of us. I was all UFO boy. Well, hell, I was always like, that was my gig. That was me.
Yeah. And then away from that, when Walt disappeared and the Flat Earth actually started kicking the gear, not you guys, but Flat Earth Society, where like people were watching YouTube videos like 3 times, and then now they have the information they need in their life. Those guys, I like those guys because that's just as good as the GOP. That's just as good as like all the people that control everything. They want you to see this. They want you to hear this. They want you to drive this. They don't know what's really going on.
It's tough. It really is. When you hear about this for the first time, there's a percentage of us that even though we can't necessarily, because you can't prove it scientifically, but it feels right. Intuitively, you realize, oh shit, bang, that's what it is. That's one more way they're stealing my fucking sovereignty. And it all starts to click and fall into place. And so when people start to ask questions of these people who intuitively realize that when they hear when they've found out the earth is flat, they're like, yep, that's it. And they go off on these tangents and they're fired up. And boy, you're right. It's the answer to all of their fucking life's problems until you put them on the spot. And then they start kind of spouting out some nonsense and not making any sense. And then they kind of disappear, or they just get mean and ugly and lash out and then disappear. But that's the problem, is because it's intuitively, we understand that it's the truth. We can feel the truth in the fact that every time any human has ever looked out at any distance, it's always been flat. No human has ever felt any motion whatsoever. throughout human history. That's the fucking truth. It's undeniable fact. No human has ever seen curvature of the earth. We can argue astronauts all we want, but 99.99999% of all humans throughout human history have never seen curvature of the earth or ever felt motion of the earth. Period. And in the 20s, Universal was starting their movies out with the globe.
20s.
And we didn't go to space, allegedly, till almost the 70s. But somehow, this movie production house happened to know that the Earth is a globe. Where would they get that idea in the 20s? What would make them think that this idea that they've modeled for the intro to their movies matches absolutely perfectly with what NASA shows? Interesting. I don't know. It's just all a big clusterfuck, and there's just really, I'm not sure where I was going with the fact that every human has only experienced the Earth as flat. But
and this whole
just logical shit. I mean, let's talk about gravity that holds.
1 second before we go to gravity. Sorry, Walt. I just wanted to say, this isn't that old of a argument either. I mean, 1920s, people were being persecuted, teachers, for teaching heliocentrism. We found a bunch of different articles saying this. So people believed the Earth was flat in 1900 for sure. It was still being taught in schools. Our buddy Dave Weiss, the guy with the app, he interviewed a lady, 102 years old, named Ruth, and the video is out. You can see it. It's but yeah, she says she was real coherent. Wasn't even talking about flat Earth or anything. They were talking about the World's Fairs, and all of a sudden he asked her, "So what did they teach you in science class?" Because she knew her teacher's name, the school, what street it was on. He's like, "What did they teach you in science when you were young?" She's like, "They taught me the Earth was flat, and then they changed it." So yeah, this isn't that old. The whole idea that, we live on this ball and we've all known this for hundreds of years. Here in the United States, everybody was taught the Earth was flat in the early 1900s.
1955 Encyclopedia Britannica? Is that the one? Am I right? The year 1955?
I think so, yeah.
Has like descriptions of Antarctica being, an ice ring and some type of dome type situation at some certain elevation. I mean, these are the descriptions that were being taught and given as fact prior to suddenly NASA knows it all. And only them. And they're the keepers of that information, that technology, until we lost it. And just can't figure out how to get it back. I don't know. We're pretty smart in the 50s and 60s. Now we're pretty fucking dumb. Ask Don Pettit.
The intuition.
But Don does watch our shows, so I put you on the spot there. I'm sorry.
It was the intuition that gets people excited. I just wanted to wrap this up because I know I was going to get stuck on it. If I didn't, I'd be fucking OCD about it.
Get it, bro.
That's why people get so passionate when they first find it. It's almost a little bit laughable, and I can see why people might want to just kind of stand off and look at those flat earthers over there, because there's that intuitive knowledge that the Earth is flat because we've only ever experienced it as a species as flat. But that's why some flat earthers get a little overexcited and can make for good entertainment sometimes.
So there's two branches of all groups of people in my mind. There is
Elvis.
There's volatile, and then there is more calm. You guys are the calmer ones. The others are volatile. This guy PETA. You know who PETA is? I'm an animal lover. I love cats, dogs,
lamb tzatziki sauce.
Yeah, I will give you a hint. I've seen some fucking terrible things from PETA, and they make me fear having an animal in my life. In it's the same thing with the people that push the flat Earth too much. It makes it known. So if I met you guys in real life, the first thing you wouldn't come out of your mouth is the world's flat. Fuck yeah!
There's a couple of them out there like that. No, I'm just being stupid. Go, go, go.
but being truthful, Walt never brought this up until I got on here. He never said anything to me about it because he knew that he wanted me to feel about this the way that you guys feel in a vacuum.
Well, I wanted you to give your true reaction. That's why we talked to you Wednesday. And if you weren't, like, if it did break your brain, it's an inside joke. If it messed your head up enough to where you were like, oh, I can't handle this, and didn't want to come on, dude, it wouldn't have changed anything. You're still my friend. You know, now whether you want to talk to my ass after that, that's sometimes a different story. As we've said many times, it has happened literally. Truly.
And Walt, how many times have we talked since we did this?
Dude, like I said, you know, we've hung out, we've rapped, we've played a couple of games. Halo, get on Halo, you asshole. Anyway,
shut up.
Yeah, we just haven't had a deep conversation really yet since we got back together. It's really been, I mean, you've got kids. I'm doing 3 shows, so I've got 3 kids. So yeah, dude. And then also, once you mentioned early on when I told you I was doing a show and we didn't really get into details, and you mentioned early on that you want to come on sometime, I was kind of like, well, shit, I could talk to you about all this off the air and away from things and see how it happens. Or let's just see what happens. I trusted you enough. I know you've known me long enough to trust me enough that I wouldn't bring you into a situation that would hurt you or, you know, whatever. So that's why Wednesday I was like, well, let's just let him know we're going to record it. If he's not happy with it, we'll get rid of it. And we might put that video up one day if something happens and we have no content, we'll throw that out. I'm being silly. We might put that up as a bonus because it was really a great conversation. And like I said, when you hit us with the Truman Show, it was classic. Classic.
So
all right, everyone.
The willingness to look at it is like, dude, that's the seed that this show is about. That's really what this has all been about. I mean, truly, to meet the people and get to know people, it's really the gift it's given us. But the original intent was just to plant seeds to make people look at it. Because we would never have thought this was anything until we looked at it truly, honestly, deeply, looking at it and exploring the options of, okay, this works, this doesn't work, okay, it seems like this works.
Well,
that's the only way to do it. Sir, ma'am, go.
This just needs to be timely but quick. It's 4:20, and you know, Alaska, our chat room is interested in taking part. Yeah, it's always 4:20 somewhere, but we want to keep it in reality. And in reality, it is 4:20 in Juneau. So happy Juneau. Go ahead, chat room. It's time. Don't hold back. Okay,
but truly,
what do you do at 4:20? Juneau.
Juneau.
Perfect.
The jokes are coming hard. But truly, man, that's the seed, is the ability to look at it, truly. And, you know, you may see it and go, okay, this is nuts, and that's fine. Again, like I said, it won't change me and you on my side of the fence for sure. It has on other sides of other people's fences, but so far you seem pretty unflappable, so it's working. Now, the other parts of all this, as I said, there's levels, there's layers, there's history. Dude, history has become like, holy crap. We thought this was like, oh, we found the big lie. Dude, I don't know. History is bigger. I mean, we all know that half of what we're taught in school with history is a propaganda thing anywhere, hopefully. But it's not even that. It's so deep, the lies of history. So deep. We had a show about, what, 2 weeks back? 3 weeks back? When was Martin on? 2 weeks. Hell, I don't know.
That was last week. Last week.
Yeah, 2 weeks back. So Martin was on, and he's a good friend of ours. He has done some amazing research. I'll link you to his channel. There's no point in me trying to tell you Martin's research in a few minutes. It can't be done. Can't be done. There's no way to do it in a few minutes. And I'm out of coffee, so that's an emergency.
Well, you're fucked because you're stuck making ice cube trays like the cavemen. Because you ain't got no ice maker.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude.
You got struck by lightning.
Luckily, it didn't destroy my motherboard like I thought it did. Last night, when the LED on the motherboard wouldn't act right, I was really afraid. And then today, the way TFR started with Skype making those noises, yeah, I was really afraid I had a bad thing happening. So I think it's time to update my power surge thing there, just because, it's a few years old.
Shout out to Awesome Austin at work. Gonna check us out later afterwards. It's a busy Friday night. He's out there slinging drinks, playing psychologist. Well, shit, that wasn't meant to bring everything to a halt.
You made me look at chat, that's all.
Oh, it doesn't have to, Josh. It really doesn't have to. We're talking about Tuesday night on his channel. Zach and I will be on talking all things nerdy and magnetic. So if you're interested in flat earth, totally advanced with the possibilities that work in reality, we will be on Awesome Austin's channel Tuesday night for Melodome. And we will be discussing again, the magnetics, declinations, Pharaoh, all of the geeky stuff, dielectric inertial acceleration, the fun stuff, boys and girls. But I cannot wait. It's the super duper nerdy crowd there on Tuesdays. So if you are totally nerdy, join us there or just want to have fun.
Here's one I hadn't heard of. Speaking of nerdy, I was watching YouTube the other day, and
you watch YouTube?
YouTube showed me a commercial for Cadillac. And on this commercial for Cadillac, I want to make sure I say Cadillac at least once. A, because I've owned a Cadillac. 2, because my boss just bought a Cadillac. 3, because I'm sure there's some sort of microphone somewhere in one of these phones that people are watching this on. They're going to hear the word Cadillac, and eventually YouTube's going to play the Cadillac commercial for them too. So they'll be able to hear about the Cadillac commercial I'm about to talk about. So according to this Cadillac commercial, in the springtime, there's more gravity.
Wait, what now?
In the springtime, there's more gravity. Gravity has seasonal cycles. Look that shit up. Did you ever hear that before? Did you ever hear about gravity's seasonal cycles? I ain't never heard that shit before. Look it up. Nuts. Fucking Cadillac. Now I hope everybody hears this fucking... No, because you're going to hear it. They're going to play the commercial now on YouTube while you guys are watching videos this weekend, and you're going to see this Cadillac commercial. You're like, what the fuck? Why the fuck is he talking about spring and there being more gravity? What the? Huh? And you're going to go and you're going to Google it, or you're going to duck go it, or you're going to whatever it is. Bing! And you're going to find out, oh, fuck. What the fuck is this seasonal gravity bullshit? I thought that was just kind of funny. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks for the laughs. Seasonal gravity cycles.
The gravity decreased from spring to summer, increased from summer to autumn, decreased from autumn to winter, but remained positive with respect to the background gravitational field, and then again decreased from winter to next spring. The yearly variations were as large.
It's less in winter? That's what I was trying to go through again.
Let's do it again. I'll do it slower. This is seasonal gravity changes estimated from GRACE data. I'll look and find out what GRACE data is, but it's from ScienceDirect.com. And it says the gravity decreased from spring to summer. This is like a logic problem, right?
Who's spring to summer? I mean, there's different...
Increased from summer to autumn. Decreased from autumn to winter, but remained positive with respect to the background gravitational field, and again decreased from winter to next spring.
So overall decreased more during winter. the winter time, at which point we're 3 million miles closer to the sun, which you would think would affect shit like gravity and shit like that.
Yeah.
Science.
You guys, yeah, the yearly variations were as large as 24 times 10 to the negative 8th milliseconds to the negative second power. Yeah, they don't try to gobbledygook that up at all.
Even Einsteinian gravity is based on mass, correct?
Yes, Einsteinian gravity is
because of a mass.
Right.
So large, blah,
Exactly.
blah, blah.
Everything is
So how does
Einsteinian
that-
is
how is
attracted
that
to the.
shifting? Is the mass shifting?
It must be. It must be like, you know how some of us get fatter around Thanksgiving and lose weight to get into our bikinis. Was that how it worked?
It's the
I bet
direct.
if you look at electric
Decrease
field
from.
readings,
It's the
Decrease
photons,
from spring,
man.
December. This makes sense. Decrease from spring, December. Spring, December is when you're worried about your bikini and you lose weight. It decreased from autumn to winter. No, that's entirely off. Autumn to winter, we all know that's when we pad on and we're eating a lot. So I was going to think, maybe it's doing it with North America's eating
Maybe the
habits.
son's a woman is what you were going to say. The son's a woman.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's all, see, our problem, Shannon, with like the more we go into and look at the models and what we were taught to believe. In other words, they taught you it was a globe and where you lived. That was Sesame Street and stuff, even before you got into school. So you probably had there's a good chance you had a mobile above your bed that was spinning that had, planets going, and you were Sesame Street and everything onto the globe. They addressed all of that long before they addressed actual physics that work in reality. So by the time you got to physics and everything, you were already settled, and they never took you back to that. Now when you come in, you look at stuff and try to match it up. You can't help if you're a flat earther just to read science stories and get the giggles, because it's really, really also absurd. It really is.
Wait, hold on. I found something else. I did a little research myself.
Cool. We're going to be a flat earther before the end of the show.
It says right here by technologyreview.com, 2019. It might be hard to believe that a force like gravity can be subject to whims of a changing season, or from shifts in land or water on the ground, but it's true. Earth's gravity is indeed changed by both these factors.
So I guess over by that mountain there is more gravity, and I should be able to stick a marble to it, like I asked my teacher and whatever it was. Why aren't there planets all over the beach? Why can't I stick a marble to the big rock? Why is gravity not working?
It's because the mountain's over to the left.
You can't see it right now, but I have a stomach that comes around like a keg. When they ask me I'm in shape, I say, yeah, look, I'm round. But it's the idea.
Be the Earth,
I could blame the fucking Earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's badass.
The seasons for sure.
Oh hell yeah!
I
can't wait. I'm gonna be like saying that I'm more a bear because this idiot fucking people are saying that the gravity is knocking me down.
Just think too, what you could do is think of all of that when you eat and the crumbs fall down on your shirt on your belly and land there. You could blame gravity, because it's gravity that's attracting the cookie crumbs.
When my child falls in spring, which we don't have a spring in Louisiana, but if spring happens and my child falls, I can blame fucking gravity.
You can, under Einsteinian gravity, I'm not kidding, Shannon, but under gravity, the way it's written in relativity, that when you fall and hit your face or whatever, it is as likely, 50% chance that could have happened, but it's also just as likely that the ground jumped up and hit your face.
What happened a long time ago when he came out with the Apple situation when it came down? And,
that was Isaac Newton, not Einstein. Yeah.
Well, I didn't say Einstein or anybody.
Yeah, okay, so that would be Newtonian physics as opposed to Einsteinian physics.
So did they have that in the seasons? Like the apple fell a little faster in spring?
That was what it was.
That was it.
That was season was he under the tree?
What season was he under the tree?
We don't know.
But we do, because it was
apples
harvest
were
time.
ripe. If apples were ripe enough to be falling off the tree by themselves, we knew it was probably the autumn. Yeah,
the fall. See, we are.
But boom. See, It's in the fall is when they found out about gravity.
They fall.
You know, we can go back and match
apple
up
had
that
to fall
story.
to go.
Because the thing about it is when they match all of this shit up, they don't go back and think about reality and logic with it. So there's a good chance that they had that happen in like February. So that would be another. I mean, those are the type of errors that we find that are like so stupid all of the time that, oh, wait, that doesn't match with the reality at all.
I want to be an asshole and grow up and actually come up with a concept of gravity and different season changes. Just like fucking time change. Why are you doing this to us?
Truly, what we've discovered is all you have to do is just come up with some shit, dude. I mean, dark matter. It's just something they thought up because they can't make their crap work. So they have to come up with something.
Another reason why they might be hiding. There may be a lot more land out there beyond it. There could be other suns making other puddles like ours. So, I mean, they could be hiding all kinds of stuff out there. What if there were other worlds and we're like trapped? We're like slaves here to mine their gold or whatever they need.
Like Matrix?
Very similar. Yeah.
Oh,
there we go again with movies. I got to stop myself.
No, don't. Keep going because, again, we always say,
no, that's,
Matrix
on the news, is one of the movies that
I hate to say this though, guys. I gotta go. My wife is asking me to head out.
It's been a few hours already, dude. Thank you. And I told you, as soon as the family becomes demanding of attention, you go there. That's what we're all about here.
I appreciate you guys.
So, thank you for hanging out with us, brother.
Thanks so much, Miracle Max.
Miracle Max, I love it.
All right, tell them what channel to find your stuff. Oh, never mind. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I don't have shit.
Look, next week he'll have his newsletter channel coming up.
Right.
All right,
dude, thank you so much,
right?
I am a gamer, yeah. Yes, I'm a gamer, yeah.
When do you have a minute?
All four of us have to get together and play something and just
dude. Get on.
We can just
finally
geek out.
I'll
talk to you about anything, man. You're pretty cool. I like it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
My next game I'm going to probably be doing because my life is such like hectic is probably a mobile game. It's the Diablo Immortal. I told Walt about.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
It's a Diablo mobile and PC game that everybody's talking about right now. That's going to be hopefully bring Blizzard back up away from the shadow of bad things. Blizzard owns them now.
Hard. They fell so hard. Just like fucking the Halo shit fell so hard after 343.
But thank God.
We don't need to start this.
But thank God. Thank God Microsoft bought them out because Phil Spencer probably is one of the best that's coming up and making things right.
Dude, have you seen the crap that's happened already with this new? Sorry, we'll stop because we'll be here another hour.
Yeah.
But the new season is not impressing me. They nerfed all the good jumps. They nerfed. Okay, goodbye.
Well, I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, brother. Take care. Tell the wife and family.
I love meeting all you guys. You have a good night.
Bye-bye. It was great. Take care, Shannon.
Enjoy your weekend.
You too, man. Peace.
Later on.
Take care, brother. But yeah, he's already gone. I was gonna say, I also knew that that Scarlet Witch had to be in the new Doctor Strange movie because we just got her in Fortnite yesterday or last night as an addition to our Doctor Strange character that we now have access to. So I thought, I bet she's going to show up in that movie. Anyway, that was cool. That was awesome.
So I got something to share with y'all while we were talking.
I have something I'm trying to figure out how to get up here. Go ahead while I'm doing that. So.
I was filling up the new hummingbird feeder yesterday evening. There was a hummingbird out there feeding. I was like, all right, I'll bring some to you tomorrow, some fresh stuff, because it's been, about 4 days. Time to change it. And I was tired today. I was being lazy. And then finally I went and did it. And sure as shit, as I hung up the last one and turned around to walk up on the porch, a hummingbird came like 3 feet from my face and just like buzzed me for a second and then flew off, saying like, hey, thank you, or whatever.
Thank you so much for keeping your promises, Zach. They are. We have 3 hummingbirds that are regulars. They love Zach. It's wonderful. It's the law of attraction. It's lovely. By the way, we missed this, and I can't believe in the flat Earth movement that this hasn't brought up more, because this is really, I don't know. it's kind of against flat Earth, but according to Einsteinian and Newtonian physics, the more you weigh, the more attractive you are. I can see why, think about it. That was Cabalicious 420. The more you weigh, the more attractive you are. Things get stuck to you. Come on, that was good, you guys. Laugh a little. Josh,
that was
come
excellent.
on.
That was
Josh,
excellent.
crack up a little bit. Josh.
I totally.
Walt's giving me a smile, but Josh is being hardcore. I like it. The more you weigh, the more attractive you are. That's gravity.
He might have killed Josh. Oh, nope, there he is. He's okay. No. He's falling back down.
Whew, that's good shit.
What is that, Walter? Walter.
Oh, that's just my backdrop on my desktop. I have got a little video I want to show to you guys. So I don't watch much TV. Michelle sits in there and crochets a bit, watches a lot more stuff than I do. And every now and again, she'll have something on, and I'll go by and I'll be like, "Are you kidding me?" This is one of those instances. Just going to play it and let you watch it and enjoy. I'm not going to give it any preface. Just enjoy.
Walter!
Good, how are you? Great. What's your name? My name is Patrick Kuhn. Patrick? And where are you from, Patrick? I'm from Pittsburgh. Wow, Pittsburgh.
My husband is from Pittsburgh. He loves Pittsburgh. You love the Steelers?
Of course.
Okay.
All right. We got that out of the way. And what do you do for a living? I do magic. That's great. Were you born with magical powers? Well, I sold my soul a long time ago. Good. Then you're very welcome here. Are you married? I am married.
Yep.
Wow. Just like
what do you
that.
do for a living? I do magic. That's great. Were you born with magical powers? Well, I sold my soul a long time ago. Good. Then you're very welcome here. Are you married?
Wow. Yeah, they're not hiding anything, are they?
I mean, you can't. And then at the end of his performance, literally, he made sure and say it on his way. They were like, "Oh my God, it was amazing!" Like, well, I told you I sold my soul a long time ago. So yeah, it's like they're not, as you say, they're not hiding it. They're actually quite proud of it.
Oh, but that's just a TV show. I love Simon Cowell, right?
That's jokes, just jokes, TV jokes.
They didn't mean it. You saw how he laughed afterward. You saw how Howie Mandel laughed right afterward, right?
Right.
Yeah, not at all.
They were rolling at all them jokes.
That screensaver you had looked like Metalocalypse to me.
I don't even know what it is. It's just a picture I liked and threw it to my desktop because it was box layers. Enjoying my new graphics card. So, yeah. Oh, I see a bunch of wows there in chat. I know. I did the same thing. I'm like, wow, really? Oh, you can't even write it. They do. Yep, indeed.
You try to show certain people that, and it's like you said, no, they'll say anything to make that not true. For some reason, it's not like they know Simon Cowell.
Friends,
or, they're not friends with him. I don't understand it. Why they defend these people.
Here, I've got one. This is kind of crazy too. I don't know how in the hell I ran across this. It was because it was on my history. I'm like, why the fuck is this in my history? But it's because fucking YouTube autoplays shit all the time.
Yeah, I've got a few of those. I'm going like, why is this here? I don't watch this.
It fucks up my whole algorithm on personal
I'm
channel.
finding videos in my playlist now. Biden videos in my playlist.
What?
That I did not even watch. Yeah. Like pro-Biden videos. It's like, what the fuck is this? Crazy.
Sorry. Let me get this all pulled up.
Yeah,
here.
are we just going to watch it raw? and get reactions that way?
Yeah, I think so. I think this would be best because it's kind of sensationalized a little bit in this video. It's not taken directly. It's made up of other stuff. So hopefully we won't get hit with it because it's not really ours to begin with. Where am I doing? I'm doing this.
Right, reserve.
Yeah, this is all commentary. That's what mine was.
Here we go.
Rari.
Then we
Or
just do this.
Yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes.
Wait, what?
We do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes.
Well, I guess you could drop this in the Alex Jones was right jar.
These are kook, cult, demons, hardcore evil.
It's just a few drops.
Oh, so you feed each other like baby birds. Yeah, that's normal.
It's just
Do you
a
lay
few
eggs
drops,
in an incubator
that's
too?
all.
It is used for a reason,
Yeah,
and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it.
I mean,
controlled with a few drops. Yeah, that's how she describes her man.
let's review here. We got Will Smith slapping comedians for telling jokes. Actresses taking dumps in Johnny Depp's bed.
And on my side of the bed was human fecal matter.
And now Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are self-mutilating and drinking each other's blood. If Hollywood was a person right now, they'd be Gigi Allen.
You self-mutilate on stage.
I self-mutilate. I beat the out of my audience.
He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul.
Yeah.
Take my soul.
What?
Controlled in just a few drops. Remember what she said all that time ago? Remember Remember way back when she said it was controlled in just a few drops?
Cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul.
Yeah, I said the same thing when I saw him ruin that System of a Down cover he did. The only difference, it was my wrist I was willing to cut.
All right, commentary.
This would be the perfect time to mute this shit and just realize that it's not all about everything here.
What is wrong with these people?
Let me bleed on you.
I mean, what do you guys think? You're in the Lost Boys?
Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us.
One
Are
of
you
us.
guys hanging upside
Don't
down
drink
like
it.
bats under
Yeah.
bridges at night? I mean, what is going
Come
on
on,
here?
Michael.
Let me bleed on you. A version of that has happened many times.
How romantic. I bet your parents are thrilled. Sounds like the type of guy every father wants his daughter to end up with. So who's this guy you're seeing, honey? Oh, he's so sweet. His name is Machine Gun. Machine Gun, huh? Oh, Daddy, you'll love him. He's so nice. He asked if he could bleed on me the other day. Sounds like a nice fella. Has he asked if he could use you as a toilet bowl, too? No, I think he wants to take it slow and just bleed on me for now. Well, sounds mature for his age. Tell him he's welcome to the house anytime.
This is a very intense relationship, and it's cyclical, and so it gets to these points where like we have to do cleansings.
These people are so lost.
So we went to Costa Rica, and we had Peruvian shamans who administered the ayahuasca. And he went and he sat to be given his ayahuasca, and the interpreter is like, we need to give you 3 doses because you have such a dark, sad spirit standing behind you.
No, that was the lead singer of System of a Down camping out behind the hut ready to stab him for that fucking awful cover he did.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and mute that again too, because MJ keeps it.
What? Okay, name a song Machine Gun Kelly sings that I might have heard.
I don't even know who this is. This person, this Machine Gun character. Machine Gun Kelly, I know, is the name of a song that a really bad '80s band called Nitro did.
So he's done some okay stuff. He and Eminem got into their little rap battle stuff. He did a couple responses to Eminem that were halfway decent. He's never done anything that would consider, seminal or anything, but he's done 1 or 2 that I've sort of enjoyed. But beyond
and that's
that,
him
I
on
couldn't
screen
tell.
right now with the black hair, right?
Right, that's him.
Oh,
looking like Ruprecht the Monkey Boy.
Now you know what happened to what's his name, Shia LaBeouf,
right?
Chat room is calling Adam's apple.
Well, I'm sure the vampire.
Well, that's what I was saying. This dude on the screen, that's him, right? The black hair guy right here saying, "Let me think
about the effects of things they say or do have on their children."
Noah started wearing dresses when Noah was about 2.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking more about this on the morning rant today. Same thing with these whack jobs. They're all still on their journey of enlightenment.
We are so worried about other people accepting us. The first question one has to ask, how come I don't accept myself?
If you're over the age of 30 and are still concerned if people accept you for who you are, then you share the mentality of a teenager. And if you're still searching for some sort of meaning in your life, you're lost. Get on the Patreon if you want to join the discussion. Somebody.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody go see Joey's Patreon. Thank you, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
Wow.
So yeah, I saw that. I'm like, why the fuck is this on my history? So I watched, and that's what I saw. Holy fuck. Got dark twisted shit as YouTube tried to show me.
Yeah, if that's what they're recommending, then I'm scared to know what they're hiding.
Right?
And she was so proud of it. All smiles and
like she ain't got the sense that God gave her rubber duck.
crazy. Just
You know what's
crazy.
cool next to big robots, I think, is what I know about her. Some kind of history. She was big robots.
I'm barely hearing you, Walt.
I know, I'm being silly. I said, so she used to stand next to big robots? Is that how I know her? That dude, whatever it is. Whatever that is, I saw on my screen. All right.
Which is interesting because she did stand next to a giant bumblebee. Yes? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp both wore bumblebee pins to court.
I see a new rabbit hole coming.
So, see if there's any relationship
Bumblebees
between
don't
bees
fly, they hover.
or beehives.
And what was it in Jupiter Rising? Was that the movie where a royalty were the bees like the royalty?
Zach saw a hexagonal grid on DMT. Holy shit, we're in the honeycomb.
So yeah, you have to pull that into it because the bees were a big part of Jupiter Rising.
When I was a kid, I loved the honeycomb cereals.
Are they big?
I'm sorry?
Come on, man. Honeycomb's big. Yeah. It's not small. No. How old are you, Josh? Am I that fucking old?
Yeah, you are.
Everybody, when you say, is honeycomb big? You go, yeah.
Yeah.
There, Cammy's old like
I'm a little bit slow. I ate the cookie. I have to admit.
The cookie got you. Nice.
The cookie got in the news.
Thunder Chicken gave me some good news there in chat. Thank you, brother. That was exciting.
Thank you, Chicken. Really good cookies. Speaking of cereal, there is a recall. Or there's a talk about a recall. There's all kinds of like seriously ill children mostly, and people from Lucky Charms cereal, and they're calling it on the Charms, and it was like due to COVID and stuff and procedure. They think that some extra dye or something got into the green Charms. Yeah, so people are getting really, really sick like immediately on eating it. Within a half hour eating them, it's causing green poop and green diarrhea.
Diamonds, purple, horseshoe, and like blue.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Trying to remember. Treats in there now. Stop.
I did know I was able to come up with the Kicks one. Can you do Kicks?
Oh wait, Kicks. Wait. I can't remember the Kicks one.
Just for kids?
No.
Mom's like kids.
Mom's like it.
Mom's like Kicks for what Kicks has got. Kids
there
like
it is.
Kicks for what Kicks is not. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We were like look it up and trying to see the commercials and the logos.
Them sugar crisp. I'll stop.
Yeah, in our childhood, well, you'll notice that when you go, none of the cereal is named the same because when Walt and I were children, all of the children's cereals had the word sugar in it. So you had
It was sugar crisp.
It was sugar crisp, right?
And he was cooler then when it was sugar crisp, wasn't he? He had the little peace sign and the little turtleneck sweater kicking. Gotta go to some of them sugar crisp. Boy, I would hang out with Sugar Bear. He would be cool.
But it wasn't. I mean, it was also like sugar pops instead of honey pops. I mean, there was most of the cereals had sugar and they named up, and then all of a sudden it got bad. Did they change the sugar content? No, but they did change the word sugar to honey. And there you have it. Marketing. It's what counts.
My sugar crisp. Oh man, I have that in my brain now.
Oh, he was cooler than I remembered. I'm looking back at pictures now. Wait, where's his medallion? There was no medallion. I was being silly, but watch the new Mandela next week. I know he had a medallion. Walt said it.
So it's unclear precisely when the beehive was integrated into Masonic ritual, but as W.M. Saul divulged in The Masonic Observer, it was mentioned as early as 1724 in Ireland in the early Masonic catechisms. It reads, "A bee has, in all ages and nations, been the grand hieroglyph of masonry because it excels all living creatures in the contrivance and commodiousness of its habitation or comb." In the lecture of the Master Mason degree, it's taught that the beehive is emblematic of industry. The beehive is the emblem of industry and recommends the practice of that virtue to all created beings, from the highest seraph in the heavens to the lowest reptile in the dust. It teaches us that as we come into the world rational, intelligent beings, so we should ever be industrious ones, never sitting down contented while our fellow creatures around us are in want, especially when it is in our power to relieve them without inconvenience to ourselves. The beehive. Interesting.
Very crazy.
That's good stuff. What did you say? Would you like to wrap it up, gentlemen? We're getting real close to 9 o'clock here.
Yeah, we certainly can.
Reminds me of a joke about a girl with a cleft palate.
Man. The opinions expressed here today.
Would you like to dance? Would I? Hair lip.
Would I? Hair lip. Anyway,
it's been a fun one.
It has. Thank you, Shannon. If you watch this again,
I meant to open up the flatline and have Thunder Chicken call in.
I know.
Fuck, we ran out of time.
And it got late. Damn it.
So what were you saying before I interrupted?
Oh, well. No, coffee, man. It's gone. It's gone. Coffee's gone. I didn't go get a second cup. It's bad. Very bad.
Yeah, mine was the mud at the bottom of the pot is mostly what's in my cup now.
And when you pointed out my lack of really good ice to use, I mean, it's sad for me. Thanks, John. Thank you all. It was awesome in chat.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. I have sad news for you all on the way. Oops.
I was
going to say for people in the chat and saying that it's going to be 420 somewhere. No, the son of a bitches messed this up on that. On land, it's not going to actually on land or sea. It's not going to be 420 anywhere.
How does that make sense?
Because of the fact that Alaska used to have 4 time zones, and they passed law or whatever and condensed it down, and supposedly the way that it wraps around, it doesn't really, there's no land or anything on the time zones. I can't find anywhere to go where it's because 420.
We pretend that the sun doesn't work in gradations. It's just
right, and it doesn't in that area anyway. That's where a lot of the secrets are hidden, are between going Alaska and I mean, that's where your biggest discrepancies are on things being out of time. So in that area where things are out of time is where our sun is currently over in 420 land, and it's not going to be happening. We're going to have to wait another hour until it's in Hawaii. So everybody, not in 25 minutes, but an hour and 25 minutes, it will be 420 again. Celebrate. Aloha.
It's those damn sun portals. It's the 420 sun portals. Ridiculous.
I know. I looked. I tried to find a little spot of land anywhere, and I just couldn't do it.
So does that mean if you're out in the middle of the ocean, you can be whatever time you want?
I would think so. It's fair play. Turnabout.
So
if they can change the time on us, we can change. I think we can call 420 here anyway.
That somewhere it's always 420.
I believe somewhere in Australia, because they got them half hour, 20-minute time zones. I would think right now.
You know what? Yeah, we could look for 420 in the morning. I didn't think of that. I was looking only. Yeah, I didn't even think of the morning hours. God damn it! It's the cookie. It is the cookie. What kind of logic problem solver am I? That sucks. It's Thunder. I blame you on this.
It's your fault, Thunder Chicken.
It's your fault, Thunder Chicken. Had I been thinking it all, I would have. I know I can find 420 if I look hard enough now. Okay, everybody, go forward. Forget everything I've just rambled about. 22 minutes to 420 somewhere.
Thunder Chicken says it's always 420 on the moon, and there you go. That
bing,
gotta be official there.
420 on the moon.
I'm sure there's a broken clock in a drawer somewhere that's stuck on 420. So it's 420 somewhere.
I got 2 clocks hanging on my wall.
I was about to say, I'm looking back at mine. Both of mine are both dead.
Right here.
Clock, see 540 and
see, it's always 420 here in the Iron Realm Studios Midwest.
Thank you.
Studio. I'm in Studio 422, by the way. If you were to come to my house, I've got a little plastic placard, like a hotel room number. It says 420. It's hanging up on the studio door on the outside. So it's Studio 420 here in Iron Realm Studios Midwest, where it's always 420. Because I'm dedicated, if nothing else. Industrious in my 420-ishness.
Really lucky Hasker has that clock in his Cadillac. Oh, what's up, Lucky?
Shout out to Lucky.
No doubt.
Everybody, where we want to be is Ankara, Turkey for 420 celebration. Ankara, Turkey.
Ooh, smoking that jive. We'll be some of that jive turkeys. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Currently 4:00 Saturday morning. We're with you, Turkey. We are with you.
Smoking jive.
Sunrise 5:42. Yep.
Speaking jive. In Turkey. All right. Love you guys. We will see you either early in the mornings or late at nights on Tuesdays and Fridays right back here via Rockfin, YouTube, Odyssey, D Live, Facebook, all the others, which we may trim down a little bit. And you never know, for those that Twitch, we may end up gaming over on Twitch before it's all said.
What the hell? The Iron Rim Gaming Channel debut.
Would you like to see a bunch of flat earthers running around trying to figure out how to control a controller? That'd be fun.
Understand how the controller is.
Let's all watch Josh not know how to play games. Yay.
Don't worry, I'll be right with you, though. I talk a good game. That's about it.
It's like level 158, level 136, level 137, and level 2. Cool. That'll be fun. How do I run? Mashing buttons on my keyboard.
Yeah, good luck on that.
Like, I could play this game better if I just had a third arm.
Oh, boys and their toys. Oh, my.
We'll say we're sharing. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Peace out, everyone.
Love you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if we don't see you next week, if we don't see you till we come back for another Have No Sphere next Friday with God knows who. Let's see who we can book. I know we've got some feelers out there. But we'll see you when we see you. Do know that we love you. And you guys be good and be well. Toodles. And check it.